again, flying out, rifle in hand, catches 1, 2, 3.
From the hallway and now from the open door. They just
Nice
opened
name.
up.
25 points, 1 versus 1. Last round, Evil Gesture putting some pressure in that doorway, still unable to pick up the EMP, and the ace is gonna go down.
Getting down to 15 seconds. Ash has recovered that EMP, looking to push in. Solo swings out, finds 2. And Welcome back to the Breachers VRML, everybody. I'm your host, Gibular Bob, and today we've got an interview with an EUteam.com. Hey, how you guys doing? We got Mini Llama, DK, and Snowdragon in here. Just got a couple questions for you guys here. Starting off, after 13 weeks of matches, your team is finally in the playoffs. How you feeling? How's it feel to be able to skip the Challenger Cup there? We'll start with you, Dragon.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely a relief that we don't have to play another smaller tournament, so it's quite good.
Yeah, I definitely hoped that we would be skipping it when I saw it come out, so it's pretty surreal.
Overall, after the regular season, how you feeling?
I mean, yeah, it went well. I liked how everything panned out. I think we've kind of came out in quite a good spot, so I'm definitely happy with it.
Okay, so next question here. Did you expect to be a top 7 team when you first started off this season?
I mean, yeah, I've played a lot of other games competitively in VR, so I was going into it expecting to be, or at least trying to be in a top 7, yeah. It was always my goal.
Day one, I didn't really expect to be top 7, but I definitely had the goal to get up high in the ranking.
So next question here. Was there a moment of your season that you thought was difficult?
Yeah, definitely. We had spot with the team where we had a couple of captains leaving and a lot of members leaving.
Oh, okay.
So that was quite hard to deal with. And then obviously I got the captain passed to me. So that was quite stressful to deal with, but we got over it.
Yeah, a bunch of members leaving, being there throughout the history of .com. There's been times where we were at the brink of having to disband, but we fought through it and got our members back.
Yeah, you're able to stick together there, and it actually worked out very well for you because you made it into the top 7, and you're looking pretty good for this upcoming EU postseason. Which brings me to my next point. Now that we're getting to the postseason, you get to skip the Challenger Cup, the open qualifiers, and go directly to the closed qualifiers. So, what are your plans in terms of what you're going to do for the postseason? What's your strategy? How are you going to approach it?
Well, I mean, we're just gonna give some practice on it. We're going against Suffice's Forge in quarters, so I'm quite confident we can win that, and then hopefully we get against someone we can have a good chance against in semis.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident we can get past them. So yeah, a bunch of training strategy, new strats, practicing strats, so on.
So are you running a bunch of scrims just kind of in preparation, or is it just kind of drills, in lobbies?
Yeah, we've always been getting or at least trying to be getting a scrim every day, and we still do.
Oh, cool. Okay.
But obviously sometimes we can't.
Yeah, awesome. And of course, postseason, you've got some tough teams in the EU that you're going to have to face off against. Is there anybody in particular, any team that you're particularly worried about?
Well, yeah, definitely Velocity. All the other teams, we still have a chance where we can really beat them, but we do definitely struggle a lot more with Velocity. But I feel like any other team, we do still have a decent chance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that.
Yeah, Velocity, pretty tough there. I think their record is, what is it? Is it 11-1 or, giving it a quick look here. Yeah, it's 12-1. Okay, yeah. So tough team, but I mean, do you think if you approach it in the right way, you could definitely beat them?
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, we've done fairly well against them in scrims before, but it would definitely be quite hard to do.
Sure. Yeah. that wraps up all of the questions I have for you two here. Of course, appreciate Sea Dragon and Mini Llama for taking time out of their day to answer these questions. And I wish you two both luck in the postseason, because you've got some tough teams coming up to come up against here. But I think you definitely, if you approach it in the right way, you definitely can find that success that you're looking for. So once again, big thanks to .com for showing up for the interview today. I'm Gibbular Bob, and I'll see you at the next time.
Welcome back, everybody. We apologize for not catching the end of that last round in the series with the technical difficulty, but I suppose if there's ever a time for it to happen, it's when we're in transition between games, because now we are ready to jump into our next matchup of the afternoon, Monkey Forge and .com, the second matchup in the back half of this EU top 8 single elimination match. We talked a little bit about it in the pre-show, which you can find in a different VOD, about an hour long there, with the dev interview included, where we chat about these teams. We talked about these squads in the pre-show, but what are your thoughts going into Monkey Forge and .com? Which we should be getting into soon.
I think that it's a close match. These teams are right next to each other on the roster, or on the leaderboards. I know .com has a little bit of extra experience, but Monkey Forge is really, I think they're a strong team.
Yeah.
That's gonna be my pick for the round. I do want to say, before we continue, I think this last stream cut off in the middle of the last round.
Yeah.
So I do want to confirm that it was Velocity who won, who did win the game.
Yeah, good point.
Because I don't think people got to see it.
It was Velocity Esports. I mean, obviously, if we're moving on, they didn't complete all those rounds in the time, but yeah, it's Velocity Esports that did win. Good point to note that, and we apologize for not having that celebration there, but the celebration is what caused the crash, so we'll avoid it in the future. We'll just do a regular commentary for at least the EU side. Hopefully we can have that all working for NA, but at least we're here for the action, and we've got things working back in order. Reminder for those tuning in today, this has been a hard-fought series to get to this point for these teams. In some cases, it's taken them months of regular season gameplay, and in some cases, it's taken them, in TJSC's case, just a few weeks in the Challenger Cup to get to where they have been. But these two squads, .com and Monkey Forge, are teams that have been playing consistently throughout the regular season. And so I think we're going to be in for another, frankly, great battle here today. A reminder that the other two games that you see on this bracket will be live later this weekend, tomorrow. Same time, same place, but those streams will be that's the day 2 broadcast that you see on the YouTube channel. So keep your eyes peeled for day 2 streams as well. It's going to be more intense action, all broadcast to you live, so you do not want to miss it. But I have given the go-ahead to the teams, and so we are now just waiting for these squads to jump in, and we should be starting map number 1 shortly, which looks to be, well, I don't think they've even voted on it yet, so we're not quite sure where we're headed for map number 1 just yet, but should be getting into the action shortly. These two teams have been waiting a while, so maybe they're at this point into a lunch break or something. They're waiting to see how that round series was going to finish off, but they should be, for the most part, ready to go and ready to jump into the action. They could very well also just be in shooting range as warm-up rounds, doing some TDM, you know, up until that last moment that they then get into the lobby and are properly warmed up, loose, and ready to go. So, again, we should be hopping in shortly, but we are just waiting for teams to finish jumping into a lobby. And while we wait, quick shout out to everyone that has been sticking through all the action here this afternoon today. One full series in the books, another one coming up, and then NA later today. NA starts at 1:30 p.m. PST with a pre-show. You're not going to want to miss that. That's a few hours from now. Got a bunch of folks on the desk that'll be joining us and commentating over the afternoon, and it should be a lot of fun. Again, you're not going to want to miss that North American Challenger Cup, or excuse me, wow, top 8 elimination. I've been so used to saying prepping for the Challenger Cup over the course of the season, but we're past it now, and we're here into the top 8 elims. So yeah, we've got nothing but high quality games left ahead of us. And again, appreciate everyone tuning in, hanging out, and ultimately bearing with us through these tech difficulties as I sort of sort out what is causing these problems and avoid them going forward. But again, appreciate everyone tuning in, and I think we're just about ready to go. Just getting the details. Maybe a technical difficulty. We had one earlier. Not frankly uncommon. They happen in the VR space. Hard to avoid. And so they are just, everyone's doing a little ring around the rosy right now, waiting for that fifth to join. And as we are patiently waiting, we could do another shout out to our sponsors, a quick one, as we do appreciate them. We don't want to seem too heavy-handed, but they are contributing to this whole, and the ones that make the reality of the prize pool what it is. And so we really do need the sponsors to make the competition what it is, and we really do appreciate those sponsors for supporting us when we do host these events. And so those sponsors include Triangle Factory, the developer of the game. They're kind enough to let us interview one of their players as one of their developers as well. You can catch that interview on the YouTube channel if you haven't seen it already. Some great insight into the dev team and what they're focused on, and a little tease into what's to come. So definitely looking forward to more from Triangle Factory. They're great developers so far with the Dash League running with HyperDash, and VRML with the Breachers. We really appreciate the support from them. So a big shout out to them. And we're also sponsored by Protube. Got to rip through these now. Helga and VRCOVER. We are finally in lobby, ready to go. Everyone's readied up, and we are headed to our first map of this matchup, which is taking us to Hideout. We are jumping into round number 1. Monkey Forge on the defense.com on the attack. And our first pistol round of the afternoon about to kick off here on Hideout. Really stoked to get into another matchup. And again, another one with two teams that are super close in seeding. You look at that matchup history, you can see they haven't played each other before, but Monkey Forge and .com right there in that overall ladder next to each other. So definitely going to be a solid battle here this afternoon, and round 1's kicking off. Not a single entry yet. 20 seconds in, they finally break some walls. After doing a little bit of drone work, they'll find a few of the defenders through the wall and try and pinch in on them as they rotate up towards B site. Garage in their control. Typical on the other side, able to swing in and pinch. Mark, what's taken? Mark was taken. It took me a while to process that one. And oh no, did they? Okay, for a second there, they threw the foam up too high, but Typic unfortunately can reach it. They'll foam open one side, open the other. The push coming in from both ends as Mark was taken. Catches 3, flying out the hole in the wall, shutting things down. They'll pinch onto the back of Typical Light, and Mark was taken. Catches 4.
Whoa.
Monkey Forge come out on top on the defense round one by almost counter pushing. You know, when the walls opened, Monkey Forge pushed instead of .com right there.
Wow. Quick 4K. A little bit of a delayed push into that garage, but it was shut down. They weren't caught off guard at all. Shut down very quickly by Mark. Absolutely insane push, or insane shutdown. It's I don't have words for that. That's just impressive gameplay right there.
Yep, certainly is. It's high quality, high skilled gameplay, and a good start for Monkey Force to say the least. We've seen standout shooters so far today. It's likely to be a trend that continues all across this weekend and next. You're going to see certain players really step up to the task of playing under pressure, and love to see that early 4K coming through. Mark is going to grab that Vezin into their hands alongside Monkey Josh. And so Monkey Forge have 2 rifles to their name on defense. Taurus is coming in from Kitten, but will that be enough
nade
to rid them out? Who knows?
Where'd that nade come from?
Didn't hit anybody, though.
I think from up top. Yeah. Casey taking out Typical with a quick headshot with that Taurus, pushing in upstairs. I think he's trying to find a hatch, I believe.
Sea Dragon is rotating in on the bottom floor here, and that Blam Blam is tucked into the tight corner. They'll go down to Sea Dragon. And Mark was taken, patiently waiting for the push in. Catches one on the Kitten. Sea Dragon looking up for the refrag, but Mark drops back and avoids that refrag. Shots through the hole, shots through the wall, don't quite connect. And for now, Monkey Forge have an advantage for V3 on the defense. .com having a hard time breaking the shell of Monkey Forge, but maybe they will be able to push through here as they get set up for another entry. A nice read there from Josh as they take some shots downrange, and Sea Dragon, Gooblin, and Smoked Salmon all trying to make something happen here on .com.
That other wall near that workout punching bag is already open. They would be able to push in, but Monkey Josh takes out Sea Dragon. .com is down to a 2v4. And as Monkey Forge holding it tight on defense. Whoa, Casey. Sneaking around with that Taurus. It's just Gooblin left.
Oh.
Takes out Mark, was taken on the... But can't get inside in time to escape Monkey Josh. Monkey Forge goes up 2-0.
Indeed they do. A solid start for them. We said that this could be a reality here, that we could see a team coming out on top in 2 maps in this series, just like we thought we would see in the first series. So who's to say that what our predictions were in the pre-show are right or not? But Monkey Forge is definitely kicking things off on the defense solidly. It's always important to remember that I feel like even though they've won the defense, I feel like Hideout lends itself more to the offense than anything. So it is a solid start for Monkey Forge to win the pistol round, lock in their second defensive round here. Now's the test as utility and rifles are coming in from .com because they can afford it. And so going to be a task for Monkey Forge to kind of figure out how to fend back against a fully kitted .com versus just pistols.
Yeah. I mean, they're fully kitted as well with those Vezins in hand. Well, Hideout, yeah, might be a little attacker-sided. For teams of this skill level, I'd say they could make it pretty even with a good enough sight setup. Although they don't seem to be buying, they're buying syringes and nades instead of the door blockers, which shows them they might be a little bit more of an aggressive team.
A top floor entry coming in from .com. They want to make sure that there's no roamers up here on these top floors. The only roamer they'll run into is Josh, who's kind of located a touch outside of A site. And after hearing some explosives, Josh is a little bit more inclined to take a look at this floor. If anything, Josh is set up here to specifically defend against someone trying to drop down through the hatch like Typical Light just opened up. So Josh is going to tuck into this far corner, and .com is going to slowly work their way over towards B as well. You can see Blam Blam waiting for a garage advancement to come in and almost getting caught out by those shots through the wall there by Gooblin.
Absolutely. See, There's a syringe sitting in connector that no one seems to be holding. I don't know if they bought Nectar didn't have the base on the chessboard. Mark takes out Smoked Salmon with a nice nade. I believe into garage, yes. And we can see Gooblin looking to find the shot through that wall with that Vezin, sporting that nice VRML skin. Typical Light and Sea Dragon take out 2 Monkey Forge members. It's 4v3. All 3 in garage. 3 in garage. Typical Light is still up top, fighting. I think he thought he heard someone.
The invisible enemy.
Yeah, you can make some good noise from a bottom floor and then really distract an enemy for a while. Especially if you don't have a good set of earbuds or something like that. Those directional audios can be kind of tricky sometimes. Mark and Gooblin exchanging some fire, no damage put out.
Ooh.
Mark takes out Typical. Couldn't get that push to go, but Sea Dragon takes out Blam Blam. And Gooblin takes out Mark. 1v3. B-site is looking relatively clear. Monkey, no! It's not looking clear at all. Monkey able to sneak a kill onto Kitten.
EMP getting planted. They'll swing out. They'll see Gooblin, who is threatening. And the duo here has to work together to get rid of Monkey Josh because they are trying to clutch this thing up. The 1v2 on the line here. They hear footsteps to their right. They know one's over there. They're waiting for the peek out, and they don't wait long enough. Sea Dragon finds a great lean over the top there, finds the connection on the Monkey Josh.com get their first round on the board. It just took them a little bit of time to get there as they go up 1-2 now, and we'll be able to full buy here on their next attacking round. Or actually, they can't. Wow, yeah. Because of how their economy was and because of how much they invested, they cannot full buy here going into this next offensive round, but neither can Monkey Forge, so we are kind of into a weird both-team partial buy. As I say that, yeah, 4 rifles? Yeah, I think 4 rifles and a pistol. That's what they can pull together on .com. So that's not too bad of a partial buy. In comparison, 3 rifles and a Viper is what Monkey Forge is bringing.
Yeah, I mean that Viper can do a good amount of damage. It's definitely in a weird spot in the meta right now, especially with the RCP. But from I think a consensus. I don't know if it's a general consensus or if it's what everyone thinks, but I have heard that people say the RCP is just a little too overpriced for what it's worth.
Yeah.
Because that Viper, well, it doesn't have as many rounds as the RCP. I think it feels a little easier to control sometimes.
Right.
And you can definitely more consistent, I'd say. But for those partial buys, that's what we're seeing a lot of teams go to instead of the RCP or a Taurus, or just buying a Taurus, of course. If you're good with the Taurus like that. Typical. Down and throws a nade. That might find. No. Blam just gets out of the way. Pinged out. In that long. No one's in that long hallway to contest. Now Gooblin is. With that cloak. There's no one to fight. They're not really peeking it. Playing it safe. Breaching foam down on this B-site wall.
Priority is definitely A for this defense, although you do see Monkey Josh rotating along the stairs, could be ready to spring a trap if Gooblin and team do decide to push down that long hallway. VR Mad Lab, a sub for Monkey Forge, I think. No, they're just the first time going down. They'll get picked up. Josh on the short corner goes down. Blam on the long corner goes down, and .com have 5 alive working their way into B site. Nobody here to defend, as all it is Casey Nova on the bottom floor of A, and .com have absolutely stormed in here and overwhelmed this Monkey Forge defense. I don't know what happened. They were looking good in the first 2 rounds, but this is .com regaining control of the first half of this series.
KC pinning a sad Macarena here. And the EMP is going to go down and go off in about 30 seconds now. Typical's going to keep his gun up, but KC's going to save. That was a good push. I want to point out that someone threw a smoke onto that window from the defensive side. That really shut down the play for a while, but they just couldn't keep it going once that smoke dissipated.
Yeah, it was smoke's not eternal. Only lasts, what, 15, 20 seconds, something like that. So you have to work with the smoke when you put it out. But ultimately it is, to your point, used defensively just to stall for time. And .com still utilizes their time quite effectively on the attack. And so they will get the EMP plant. All 5 will survive through the next round. And Casey's Nova, who is, you can see still loose, is ready to go for the next round. They'll save that rifle through, and that's 2,900 that they're able to put into their pocket, essentially. So, 2 rifles, Cadillo. We've seen Cadillo stand out so far today. I'm not counting any team out that ends up picking it up, but it is a suboptimal partial buy loadout for the Monkey Forge coming in against .com.
It has that pre-fire advantage, but I mean, other than that, it does more damage on a body shot as well than a Vezin. So I think you'd still want to hit body shots with I'd rather hit body shots with a Vezin just because of that fire rate. Something interesting is you don't see a lot of teams using Maruis, even though it has that higher penetrating power.
Right.
You can go through one of those soft walls and sometimes some scenic props, which I know can be good. I actually died the other day to something like that on Skyscraper, and I had no idea what happened until I looked back on it.
I mean,
away we go.
When you've got a VRML gun skin,
You're right.
on the Vezin, you got to prioritize looking good. And it makes sense when that gun skin looks like it does. It is a beaut in game. We love to see the teams using it. Can't wait to see the teams showing off their finalist skins, hopefully next weekend.
Oh, yeah.
If not, we at least got these to supplement us until they do get put in. Those are going to be incredible to see, and hard fought for, I presume, when people do see those finalist skins in game. But no one's a finalist just yet. Still elimination rounds here, and I suppose technically they're finals with the skin, but they're not into the top 3 as we do get into round number 5, all tied up in our first map of our second match in this EU top 8 elimination. NA is after this with 2 games as well, and a lot of breachers left ahead of us this weekend with more of this, same time, same place tomorrow.
Oh, Mark's looking to peek. Swings out and catches Goblin. Refragged quickly by Kitten, though. That was a really good push. Typical. Oh, smoked. Finds VR Mad Lab through that kitchen island. For a nice headshot kill. Casey swings out to find one as Sea Dragon finds Blam. It's 3v2. Monkey Josh and Casey Nova trying to hold down the site. Typical takes out Monkey Josh. It's just Casey Nova left. Casey's Nova. There's an extra S there. Typical healing back up now. It looks like they have some control of B site until Casey, swings back here. Oh, no headshots, got to go. Gonna swing one more time. EMP is down. I believe on that kitchen island. Yeah, on that kitchen island, they're gonna break through that hatch so they can shoot up at it. And another thing you see is Typical trying to hold off Casey. And does! .com on a comeback takes 3 rounds in a row, I believe, to go up 3-2.
Super solid job there from .com. They are bouncing back from a rough start against the Monkey Forge, and first time, surprisingly enough, first time these teams have played each other. You look at where they are in the overall ladder, you'd think at some point they would have been matched, but again, when you pull up that matchup history, you don't see any previous encounters here. So this is the first time these two have duked it out, but they're ranked 5 and 6. .com just underneath Monkey Forge in that overall ladder, and so it's really anyone's game at this stage, and frankly it is anyone's game at this stage with how close this battle has been. Take a quick look at the scoreboard. You can see both teams coming alive with kills, but in particular .com with 2 players at 5 kills apiece. They've picked up a few more in comparison to Monkey Forge, and so an indicator of those of that big swing and those 3 rounds going pretty strongly their way. I think that's the key factor. They didn't really die when they were winning those rounds.
Yeah, absolutely.
they supposed last round, but they had a perfect win. They had a perfect round win.
Yeah. Another over overlooked difference between EU and NA is before the match, everyone you go over your opponent's spots, but we're looking to get some more casting on EU next season. There wasn't a lot on these, especially these middle of the pack teams,
Right.
where they were they're not master teams. So you don't actually always know what someone's gonna do unless you've played them before, unless you've scrimmed them before. We see Gooblin pushing in inside this lobby now, hiding behind these boxes, avoids the grenade. And Spoke Salmon's looking to take a peek. Mark finds Typical with that Cadillo. You see those Cadillo plays coming through again. Blam throwing some shots into lobby, hoping to catch Gooblin, who is cloaked, sitting, waiting for him to peek again. And they're gonna take. And everyone's playing it very slow.
It fades away, and they pull off the angle right as Blam re-peeks. A-site is the play as they open up the wall, and they lose 1-for-1 over the top. A trade that goes away of .com there and turns it into a 3-3. A-site opened up. Rotation on the bottom floor from Marcus coming in as Gooblin flies around and catches Josh. Gooblin will rotate now back down, pick up the EMP off the stairs as Blam falls, and now it's all up to Mark was taken, who doesn't want to take too long. This flank can work, but if they wait for a while, it could also put them in a very tough position on the retake. So they will get to the stairs. Gooblin will be here unexpecting. They'll catch the kill, be able to pick up a Vezin, nicely skinned by the VRML. Find 2 and look for 3. 1v1 here to lock things off. They need to bait out the defuse to force Sea Dragon to peek, because that's what Sea Dragon's waiting for. They're defending the defuse from connecting through. So there's the bait, the audio cue. They have to peek. Timing's everything, and it goes away of Monkey Forge. Mark was taken, clutching up the 1v3. All it took was the VRML Vezin skin for them to lock it in, and they'll tie things up 3-3. The first half of map 1 staying even.
Wow.
EU continuing. I know it. Yeah.
Another clutch from Mark. I believe he clutched up. I think he. Oh, wrong button. He clutched up a 1v4 earlier. Yeah, he's 12-4 right now.
My goodness.
Sitting at the top of the pack. Wow.
That's all right.
We're gonna see.
12-4 is pretty good.
Well, I mean, I know I wouldn't do better in these lobbies.
A couple of kills on the board, and just like that, they have one standout shooter that's put Monkey Forge back into this, because it was .com really running away with things in the momentum for a while there. You know, they had control of those 3 rounds that they had won solidly, and then full buy, final round, first half, ties it up 3-3. And I know there's been a lot of theory crafting out there that we're scripting these matches, and I assure you, we are not. As much as I love going the distance here, this is not planned. It is all these teams just delivering on good quality back and forth action. And we're getting into the reset. Back half of the round, everyone swaps sides and resets economy back to pistols in hand in limited utility. And 20 seconds off the clock without anyone entering in through a door yet.
Yeah, playing it nice and slow. The EMP's not on someone's person. I think Mad Labs might grab it. Yeah. That's we don't want to pull a velocity and forget the EMP. It looks like Casey's gonna be flying down through that hatch. Standing on top of it as it drops, it looks clear. Typical takes out Monkey with a trip mine somewhere along the stairway.
Mm-hmm. Putting trip mines on the stairs is a pretty common tactic. Opening up the bottom basement here, Kitten will find things with a headshot to kick things off with the Taurus. The only real risky investment you can take in these pistol rounds, because it costs a little bit more than the other pistols and puts your economy down into a lower state if you lose the second round. But you could win, too, if you find headshots like that, and they find one. A nice nade toss that'll catch Casey out right onto their toes, and it leaves Mad Lab alone as Mark finds one. Kitten does go down. They're flanking here on the backside, and that duo will catch the kill, and it leaves Mad Lab alone in a 1v4.
these pistol rounds are important. He does have the EMP, but yeah, these pistol rounds are unpredictable. They can go either way. Looks like he swings, can't get it to go, takes a lot of damage on 1 health. Back up the stairs. .com swings out and wins. Gooblin grabbing that last kill. Really good communication. Shout out, he's low.
Yep, of course. He's one shot. One shot, you know.
He's one shot.
Yeah. Guaranteed the one-shot call came out there. He's low, something like that, because they really did go for the hunt. They knew one more bullet to the back would be all they needed. And now .com's getting their hands on some of the Vezin skins, the VRML Vezin skins. We love to see that in game. So happy to see folks repping that.
Looks so good.
It really does. A big shout out again to Triangle Factory. Fantastic developers that have been supporting us every step of the way to make the Breachers VRML what it is for this first season, and it has been spectacular. A really big shout out to all the teams competing over the course of the regular season, competing in the Challenger Cup. It's a lot of effort. It's a lot of scheduling. It's a lot of time committed. But at the end of the day, you also are playing for fun because, heck, when you're playing in matches like this, I'm assuming these players are having a pretty good time. This is a good quality back and forth, high octane. You have to execute the true test of your skill at the maximum level. And maybe they'll be able to do that in-game soon when that ranked mode comes out, because that's been getting talked about. I know a lot of people are looking forward to actually having some ranked matchmaking in-game, so something to look forward to there. But for now, at least, the team-based matchmaking system, the formula of VRML, giving us great battles here in this postseason. And map 1 between these two squads, .com and Monkey Forge, has been delivering as Monkey Forge go on attack for the second round in this back half of map 1.
All right, I'm lagging a little bit, but I think I'm back now. Sea Dragon taking out Blam very quickly on this push, taking some damage to trade off, but able to heal it back up. It looks like Mad Lab has that peek over that couch. Going to leave it to walk past that soft wall to foam up that soft wall. Those shots coming out, trying to catch him off guard. This is always an interesting spot. You have this outside window into A site if you blow this wall, which is a very common peeking point. And Mad Lab can sit at the bottom of stairs, 2 different angles. That's being played very slowly.
Gotta wonder what the plan is, because to your point, they are set up, ready to go. You can see Mad Lab, like you said, was ready to detonate, but they all take a bit of a pause on their rotation. Maybe they want to get into a bit better of a setup as that wall does get opened up on A, an indicator that the site push could be coming in there. And look at this, typical light on the flank. Could be coming in behind Mad Lab, and they will catch the back of Mad Lab on the stairs. The second kill, coming in from .com as they do start to take good control again of this map in this series. Up 5v3, finding the kills they need, the early kills in particular. And there's the rifle kill from Gooblin over the top. Mark was taken in Casey's Nova. All that's left for Monkey Forge to make some magic happen, and Mark has pulled off some big clutches with the Taurus, so who's to say they can't do it again. But typical light here around the corner. They look for the headshot, can't find it. They get pushed by 2 and go down, and Casey's Nova's alone.
Yeah, alone, 1v5. This is a repeat of that other round where Casey's the last left alive. This time not saving. Not much to save. Besides denying the other team some money, maybe. Grab the hatch and go down quickly, yeah. Not much of an option there.
Yeah, the entire team ready and waiting, but they, to your point, just tried to get another kill in their pocket, something on the board. They can't find some quick 1-2 tap headshots, and so they'll go down with the whole team there defending. .com just 2 away now from locking in this first map and taking a early series lead, something that we didn't see happen until the 3rd map of our last matchup. So who knows, I suppose. We're not destined for a win by any capacity, because these squads do not go down easy at any stage in this elimination tournament. I don't think there's going to be any wins, or any easy wins. There's going to be wins. No easy wins, So there's not going to be, even if there is a 2-0 win, it's that will be hard fought for both of those maps, So it's again, it's what you tune into, the Postseason 4. It's why we're here, and we're super stoked to be able to get into more action with this series today, as this is just map 1, but also later today, North America kicks off at 1:30 p.m. PST with a pre-show of a couple of folks on the desk talking about the teams and the matches to come up, and then we'll have North America play out with 2 games of their own. So lots of breachers left ahead of us today, and tomorrow, same time, same place for EU and NA.
Yeah, it's another slow push from Monkey Forge. Not inside the building yet. These sites usually not. I don't know. They're not pushing garage. Wait, I'm thinking of the wrong floor. That's probably why. Like, wait.
Where are they going?
Going up the stairs. Mark's going up the stairs. There's a trip mine there. He manages to take it out, or takes it out. Manages might be a little cool there. Blam slowly moving over to this window. Maybe hoping to swing in quickly, catch a sneaky kill. Smoked Salmon coming back from being AFK. As I think it's Casey that just set off their proximity sensor. And he has to deal with those shots through the wall.
Pretty standard defensive setup so far, though, from .com with the static emitter down on that corner there. Door blocker up to shut things down. An immolation nade tossed to typical, so they can toss it up and over and shut down the plant from going through. There's the first nade to come in, and Monkey does get tagged a bit there through the wall. Half their health going down. Man, even those mags look good on the floor.
Yeah, they do. Very bright. I love it. Walls opened up. VR Mad Lab looking to catch a quick kill from up on top of this box. Monkey Josh pushes in to take out Sea Dragon. The nade, immolation nade's out, but it's too far. Smoked Salmon. Oh, wait, it comes closer. He's barely avoiding it.
Oh my goodness. Monkey Josh is
They
somehow
tossed the
tucked
EMP to
in.
him.
He
Oh,
can't
no.
reach out and get it. They're too tucked in by the immolation nade. Now they can get the EMP.
Now he's
Now
got it.
they can plant if they want. Typic Light's still here on the corner as the nade comes up and over there to shut the plant down. That's going to do enough damage to deny
Oh.
Monkey Josh the ability to plant. Mark was taken, tries to fly in from the window, but has a slice of health to make some magic happen and can't get it as Casey Novas finds 2. 3v2, everyone on a slice of HP, but Kitten and Goblin full HP. There goes 1, there goes 2, and suddenly Casey's Nova's alone. Gonna get the plant. They may not need it. They get 1 kill. They crouch looking for the next, and it's a 1v1.
Swinging quickly. It's 1.
Oof.
The Goblin repositioning really well. They've been baited out, though. They both know where each other are.
Ping-ponging back and forth. Goblin's getting aggressive on the short corner, trying to throw off Casey by bouncing back and forth. And Casey finds the kill. It is Monkey Forge with the 1v1 clutch. Oh my goodness, it doesn't get much closer than this. And the back half of map number 1 stays tight. 5-4. Monkey Forge say, hey, we want to go 6-6 too. If the other EU squads are doing it, we want to be cool. We want to make that happen also. .com saying we just want map wins, but sometimes these final points are the hardest to get. Look at the economy. In shambles for .com after that loss. All they have is 2 Tauruses and 2 Vezens. And in comparison, Monkey Forge fully equipped. Well, partial buy still, but 4 rifles and a pistol. Oh, no, there's 5. 5 rifles in the hands of Monkey Forge. They are going to be going in full bore onto the attack here. And I think, if anything, defending is probably the hardest to do when you're down on economy in comparison to attacking. I feel like you have a little bit better of a chance of making something magical happen.
Absolutely. Crazy. That last 1v1 sneak around it basically turned into a pillar with that wall blow.
Yeah, it really did.
Wow. That's, that gets the heart rate pumping.
No kidding. Yeah, these guys are in the thick of it now as we do take a quick look at the scoreboard here before the action unfolds. Gives you an idea of where everyone is at on the kills and deaths, and then get back into the action for round number 10 here. We're barreling to round 12 at this stage for map number 1, but we're not quite there yet.
Absolutely. Sea Dragon. Nice headshot on VR Mad Lab. 1 tap, and it's done. Mark takes out Sea Dragon through the doorway. And tosses an immolation nade. Yeah, incendiary. Sorry, give me 1 second.
Of course, thank you. As Mark was taken, foams up. The rest of the team of Monkey Forge is ready for their entry. There's the wall open. Smoked Salmon catches one over the shoulder, and the push coming in as Blam Blam is here and trapped now in this tight side. Has to swing out and challenge Kitten. Typical Light, everyone inside of a site ready to defend. And where is the push going to come from? Typical Light may throw a counter push out. They get tagged in the back for their over-aggression. That'll hurt them majorly as Blam Blam backs off just at the right time. The Cadillo can't find the headshots it needs, and Mark scoops up another. Nades and utilities start to fly through, but .com's been doing fantastic for their eco round and finding kills. They can't get any more, though. Smoked Salmon does get a rifle at some point in the chaos and is able to hold things down a little bit. Blam Blam says no thank you. EMP's planted, 3 alive for Monkey Forge. We're tied 5 apiece, and Monkey Forge could be headed towards a 7-5 map 1. That's the goal, at least, for both of these teams at this stage. We've got 2 more rounds to play out, guaranteed to figure out who is going to be a winner or if we're tied in map 1.
Wow. Mark absolutely going crazy. I think he had 3 or 4 there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 17 and 7 right now. That's not numbers you see too much. Usually you see them a little bit more spread out over the board.
They could potentially put up a 20 bomb in a ranked match in the postseason right now. They are that. 3 kills away. They got 2 rounds to do it. That would be, if anything, super impressive to see. That's what you're looking for out of a player to perform and execute when it matters the most.
Yeah, that under pressure.
Yeah, impressive.
I don't think there's not a lot of players who can do that. I mean, you gotta stay calm, collected, and you gotta keep your hands from shaking. You gotta hit those shots. You gotta keep your ears open. It's a lot of information, and it's harder in VR than it is on a flat screen as well, because you need to flip around. You can't just move your mouse. You gotta turn your body.
I'm almost getting tagged through the shots through the wall there. They'll get the EMP that gets dropped down through the hatch. And still everyone alive on the attack, although with a botched nade, Smoked Salmon finds shots through the wall, a headshot no less. And it's a full kill. Flashbang there, blinds one. A nice follow-up from Blam Blam, a beautiful 1-2 punch. Smoke that denies vision there could allow for B-site to be pushed in on and captured, and that seems to be the play for Blam Blam. They're going to go for the EMP plant on the bomb in the smoke, but that smoke's going to dissipate soon. They're going to have to get this plant down fast, and they do under the pressure of this .com defense, who's still on site, but couldn't get the shots they needed through that smoke. So 3v3 retake on the board here with Blam Blam right there on site, finding a kill. Can't get to, though. Quick refrag on the back corner by Typical Light, and Gooblin now rotating to get the defuse.
Yeah, Mark and Casey looking to defend this EMP. I'm pretty sure they know where. Yeah, they know where it is. They're gonna bait out that defuse. Casey swings and try to put some shots in Typical. Oh, Mark takes out Gooblin from the back. It's a pinch. Typical pushes out to take out Casey. And it's Mark versus Typical, and Typical shuts down the clutch master himself, Mark. And goes to
massive
the bomb.
Play from Typical Light. The 1v1 comes down. It's again 1v1s all the time. They just keep happening, and it ends up going the way of .com just barely. What a beautiful double kill. Great rotation out through that hole, gets to the back of the defense there on that first kill, and then swings to get the pick on the cloak. That's huge. That's a challenge. It's a massive play from Typical Light, worthy of us taking a look at the scoreboard to see where they've fallen. Look at all these kills. Sea Dragon with 10, Typical Light with 15. Who's that? That's got 11 down there. Gooblin. It is .com starting to pop off a little bit in the back half, but still, if Mark was taken, has anything to say about it. which they do.
Yeah.
They just need one more kill to push for that 20 bomb.
That, I think it's just inevitable at this point. 2 round, or not last round.
Yeah,
Monkey Forge looking to tie it up.
They need one kill. I mean, if anything, I think it's a record. I don't know that I've seen a 20 bomb go down in a league match, let alone postseason. So it would be quite an achievement. So we're on board, Mark, 19-8 so far this round for Monkey Forge. Will they be able to lock in any more kills as the drone work comes in, does a little bit of the scouting job of the team, and Mark adjusting the headset to optimize visual clarity before they do jump in through this hole, through this window, and start their push in towards site.
Blam Blam looking to find Typical on this swing. Throws a nade out. He's not going to really find anybody. No damage done to make up for it. That hatch is blown in A site as well. Blam Blam cloaked up and looking for a over-aggressive push from maybe Typical or Smoked Salmon.
Oh, but at this stage, the last thing you would get is over-aggressive. I mean, maybe you would. That's the beauty. That's the beauty, you know what I mean? When we get into the real nitty-gritty of it, that's the, you know, do you take the risk? Do you push for it when it matters the most? Do you surprise your opponent, or do you get caught off guard? You know, it's the tournament phase. It's where we're at, and utilities coming out for Monkey Forge. 5v5 with a minute and a half already off of the clock. Nobody down. Everyone prepped, tucked in, and playing conservatively here for the final round of this first map.
Yeah. Monkey takes out Gooblin. 4v5. Slowly playing in. 130 left. Blam Blam is in A site. Typical takes out Monkey. Trying to find someone else. Takes out Blam Blam. Mark looking to plant. Mad Lab has taken out Typical in a refrag. It is 3v3. Mad Lab's and the EMP is down in that cabinet on A site. Through the fire. Mad Lab could grab that Vezin on the body there, but opts to swing back. Working with an Omen.
It is 3v2, the final round of map 1. Sea Dragon and Smoked Salmon so close to getting their team a victory here to start this off, but they got 3 kills in their way, and they are not easy kills to get. The plant is down, the retake is on. Sea Dragon's up here clearing out top floor, but doesn't catch Casey Nova's tucked into the corner. Ooh. And it is really going to be hard on the retake. There's the first kill. They need 2 more. Casey's Nova's up here on the top floor. They'll find one. Smoked does get the quick heal. They drop back, and there's no time left. The kill comes in. We're tied. I mean, come on. We are tied for map number 1.
Tie of EU top 8.
The third tie of EU top 8. We go the distance. And Monkey Forge, with trembling hands in their high fives, just barely clutch up the tie for map number 1. It means here, Robin, that we're destined for a third map. You guys don't see it, but the kiss there, celebratory kiss. We're destined for a third map to decide who is going to be our winner. Guaranteed at this stage. So go in the distance for our second match in the EU top 8 elim. We'll see if we are going to go to a break or not. We'll see if the players...
These teams, I'd want to get right back in it.
Yeah, but you also did just play 12 sweaty rounds. You know what I mean?
That's
you
true.
may also want to grab some water and take a breather, but we'll see if these 2 squads just want to keep on going, or if they will take a little bit of a break. The option for the timeout is there, so it is something that they can do if they want to. And as a reminder, this is not the last matchup of the day. We have, and at this point, 3 hours, 11 to 12, 2 hours. 2 hours time, we will be starting the North American top 8 elimination pre-show. Granted that we don't run into it with the EU show, but we are going to be really just kind of continuing forward all day with Breachers right into the NA side of things at this rate, because these 2 teams, they are certainly making for a competitive battle back and forth here this afternoon. I've given the teams the go-ahead, and I'm seeing no one disconnect, so it is my assumption that we could be heading right into our second map here of the afternoon, and that none of these teams will be taking a break, but I am just stalling for that time to wait and see if they do dive into our second map, which we can at least assess what that map's going to be as the voting ends in 5 seconds. So yeah, I think we're heading right into the next map. We may not need a break. Skyscraper is where we're going for map number 2. Interesting choice. We didn't get to see that one in our first matchup of the day because it was banned. So I imagine ship's probably the one. Oh, cat text. Thank you. Yeah, we need it. It's required.
He's trying to knock the glass. Knock
your liquids,
off my desk,
your hydration off the desk.
Yeah. He's getting put in jail.
The cat jail. We love it. The stream jail. Looking right into our hearts. This is good. This is good. Yeah, this is what we need. Just put the cat on stream. We'll just buy some time. We don't need anything else. He looks like he does enjoy his time there in your lap, at least, as I say that he wants out. But
he's lucky he's cute.
They asked if we could go. I said go, and we are getting into map number 2 here of the series, and it is, again, on Skyscraper. Robin's still not used to the fancy intros we have, so I have to tell him to shush as we wait for it to finish. But we love to have those, and I want to make sure we're showing them off every chance we can. So a big shout out to the production team. We are missing some bells and whistles. That's from my end because I'm having some crashing issues, so I'm afraid to hit certain things. But most stuff's working fine. We got replays. Everything's great. A big, again, shout out to our team for giving us all of the great tools we have to put on a great show like we have been. Hopefully everyone here has been enjoying it. We do have the scores there. 6-6 so far, map number 1. Map 2, 0-0, just kicking off here on Skyscraper. Round 1 about to unfold with .com on the defense and Monkey Forge on the attack. And another pistol round that we're going to get into here.
Monkey Forge looking to push up these north stairs. These are the north. Yeah. Finding their way up. Might run into some problems with Sea Dragon. Nope. Sea Dragon's moving back in. VR Mad Lab and Mark was taken, moving into the hallway from the server room. Up onto the table. No shots fired yet.
Stacked up and ready to push in towards B as Sea Dragon does kind of suss out something there. Puts a few shots through the wall, but I think it's just guesswork so far. You know, and these bullets that are shot, as they do catch one, you know, you don't have infinite ammo in this game. So it is ammo that is, some would say, wasted, but maybe not, is because, again, you are using it as sort of a scouting tool to see if anyone's pushing over onto that wall. If you do connect with anyone, you kind of get that indicator that you're landing shots through the wall. So it's all info that they are gathering and trying to figure out where this monkey squad is coming in from as they get ready on the foam, opening up B, and Sea Dragon's going to be the first line of defense and the first one to go down. Mark was taken, finds a nice kill. Smoke on the backside is still here as a beautiful nade tosses up over the top and catches Mark right back. A 1-for-1 EMP down, and we're into a 4-4.
Absolutely. 4v4. Monkey Josh is very hurt. Looking to use that spectral on anyone who tries to peek that doorway. Shots just coming through walls. Monkey finding smoked salmon with a nice couple headshots. Looking to plant on the backside of this these LCD screens on that crate. Blam. Nice headshot on typical light. And the EMP is down, and they're able to watch it. A nice sneaky plant.
Very solid job from Monkey Forge, and Kitten and Gooblin are all that's left as Gooblin tries to catch the head of Mad Lab. They do, making it a 2v2, and frankly, Monkey Forge not in as strong a position. They have the EMP defense, sure, but their HP bars are pretty low. And in a pistol round, close quarters combat, HP bars are everything. There's the 1-2 punch that comes in over the top from Gooblin. They'll defuse and lock in a round 1 lead for .com, but just barely. Certainly a close 1-2 tap, but it does come through. You can see Gooblin putting the number 1 up in the air off of that defuse, and well, .com starting map 2 off on Skyscraper. Still just barely winning. 1v1s again. I mean, come on, Roman. It keeps coming down to these final moments.
So close.
If anything, it just goes to show you how close these two teams are and how evenly matched they are this afternoon.
Also, that was a Gooblin ace. 5 kills in 1 round.
Wow.